Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the GonzoEwok channel with me, Ewok,
And me, Gonzo.
for another episode of
Geordie Space Program.
Oh, we do that every time. It's so cute.
It's my favourite part of the week. It's my highlight of the week, that.
We have a plan for this episode that we got from. We want some more science because we're greedy.
Yeah.
And we want to do something that we haven't done before in this series. So there was something here. Explore Eve.
Yes.
Explore Eve.
We've been thinking several kind of episodes ahead. We're recording this one straight off the back of the last one, which was a lot like the one before that as well, unfortunately. We want to do something a little bit different.
We do.
Plan for this episode. Go to Eve. Explore Eve. Taking something unmanned. We're going to make some sort of probe. Get it down on Eve. That'll give away a shared load of science. That science, longer term, hopefully, if we succeed, will let us unlock more advanced spaceplane parts. And with those spaceplane parts, we can see if we can come up with a decent single-stage orbit. And if we've got that, we've then got a reusable shuttle vessel that we can use to get backwards and forwards to a space station. Now, you might remember, because of that weird time dilation thing that happened about 6 episodes ago, well, we haven't got a space station. But
No, we scrapped the space station.
oh, we scuttled it. That's
did.
right. We saved everybody and scuttled it. So we do have one. It wasn't the time dilation. We got distracted.
We had one, but we got rid of it.
We had one. We blew it up. But we want a new one.
A one that works.
Yeah, a one that's good. So, first things first, and let's not get too ahead of ourselves because there's a lot of steps between us and doing that. We want to go to Eve.
Now, that's what we took to Duna, isn't it? The little thingy,
yeah.
interplanetary rover.
Yep.
So we'll send that. That seems like a good idea.
As long as we land, remember there's liquid on Eve.
There is liquid on Eve. Now, again, we've got that horrible.
I think we're going to need that for interplanetary, mate.
Nah. We'll just
Oh, no.
add a
no.
little bit more fuel.
That's nowhere near. Oh, yeah, grossly underestimating how efficient the atomic rocket motor is.
Well, that's true, and you know what? This might not make it. It might not.
It's just
But-
the last few episodes.
I know, but are we really going to keep using the atomic motor? This might not make it, but if it doesn't, at least we know that it doesn't, and we've tried. But that atomic motor is just painful to play with.
It's painful to play with, but it works. You cannot make space happen overnight. It's a well-known fact. Oh, I don't know.
I'm just going to add a lot of weight
This
to
is
this.
a curveball. I know we said we can't use that atomic, but I mean, for interplanetary.
Look, I'm the one who has to edit these videos.
Aye, but this one, remember, we're recording on my computer. I'm going to have to edit these ones.
Well, do you know how to yet?
No.
But you haven't got long to learn.
Exactly.
Trust me, you don't want to do it. It's too much hassle.
Well,
I need to undo
We'll see
that.
what
That's a disaster.
we'll see what happens. Yeah, I still need a masterclass in you for some of the other finer points of editing. It's something I'm going to have to look at.
I'm really not the person to teach you, buddy.
Well, you know more than me, which means that's a learning opportunity.
Yeah, but we don't have the same software package.
Well, I'll get the same software. Oh, you can't buy it, can you?
Yeah, you can't buy it anymore. It's many years old.
Well, I'll acquire it somehow. Why? Oh, these little knobbly bits you're sticking out of the bottom end of a rocket.
Right, sorted. We're going to need a bit of monoprop on there, otherwise it's not going anywhere.
Aye.
So, command and control. One
Now,
there.
Did we have parachutes on this thing?
There's parachutes on the lander, buddy.
That's good.
Um,
Because you obviously will need them for Eve. Eve is somewhere where you can very comfortably come down with.
Just I thought there were parachutes on it.
Yeah, that's I can't see them, but we did have like a drogue chute on the thing, didn't we? And then we don't need a drogue chute here, but we do need.
There don't appear to be parachutes on it.
Let's get some. Oh, that could have been dangerous. Get
Yes,
some
it could have
parachutes
been,
on.
because I was convinced that there were parachutes
Yes,
on
slightly higher gravity than theirs on Kerbal on Eve, so that means parachutes work, but it also means everything is slightly heavier than you'd expect it to be.
it. But it has a thicker atmosphere. So the parachutes are more effective.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether they're more effective to the extent that you don't have to worry about the increased weight. I don't know. I just don't know, buddy.
Well, in any event, I don't even think we're going to find out, frankly. Not using that atomic rocket motor, we're going to shuttle this thing off into space, and then it's never going to be seen again.
I disagree. I think I'm going to get with her. But
we should bet on it. We should put a wager down on that.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. I'll come back to you. That'll be my task. I'll come up with something. Yeah, I'd still, again, it's that idea of just err on the side of caution, get a fair few of those on. Maybe get like 4 will probably be alright, Ed, I guess.
See, that'll probably be alright.
Aye,
and maybe stick one on the top.
Yeah, everyone likes one on the top. And it looks quite nice as well, get a little nipple on the top. We do like a nipple in Geordie Space Programme.
Okay, let's quickly check our staging. So, this bit's okay, we know that. That gets rid of the little ones at the bottom, that gets rid of all the ones at the side. And we've got all the liquid mortars firing at once.
It's a beast, this.
Then we drop that and that fires, we want that doing at the same time. And then we drop that and we've got that next little extra stage should we need it. Then, yeah, we drop that and the parachutes go off at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's all perfect, all hunky-dory. What actually I think I'm going to do is add some panels here.
Cool, yeah.
So we're going to use these panels during flight and then we'll leave those ones until we're actually landed.
We don't need those legs anymore. Because remember on Duna, didn't we touch down and then we flew this thing off and dropped it down? Whereas here we're just going to sort of slough that end bit off.
Yeah.
Because we've got the parachutes. They were really working, we're back up on Duna because we weren't 100% sure exactly.
We've got a transmitter, we're going to need that.
Yeah.
Now, what signs do we have to take? Because we've only got the capacity for 3 experiments on this at the moment.
Yeah. Okay then. What signs have we got?
So we need to explore Eve, achieve an orbit, we can get that.
Yep.
Scientific data from space around it.
We can do that.
And scientific data from the surface.
We can do that.
So we'll take 1 experiment around it, then we'll take 2 experiments on it, and transmit all the data back.
Cool. I mean, we could put on more temperature scans or something.
Oh, actually, no, you're right, we've got them on the back.
Aye, we've got the temperature.
We've got the temperature and the barometer on the back.
Aye.
So we've actually
got... There's an atmosphere, that'll be handy.
Yeah, so we've actually got a lot more experiments than I was saying.
Aye.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's alright. Flag, remember? That's something else that we've
right,
just
now,
done.
how do you do that?
You just click on your little white box. No, the white box on the right-hand side of the name of the craft.
Ah, yes, mission flag.
Because
we moved the save over.
Probably at the...
Do you know what? It's because it's probably because we had the game open.
When we've transferred it
When
over.
we've transferred it, so it hasn't loaded it yet.
Ball
so I
sacks.
guess we don't have a flag until next time.
Next episode, the flag will be back. It is there in the files. We promise. We've done it.
It is there, but for the meantime, we'll use that because I like that one.
The happy face belies the terror that's about to be wreaked upon them.
Indeed. Well, it's a probe, so how badly could it be?
It could.
It does cost 154,000.
It could gain sentience and it could run people over. Did you consider that?
That I was reading that was how much did it cost, and I was freaking out. So I was thinking,
it's
that's all of our money. It costs 122,000. Shall we launch this bad boy?
Yeah. I mean, as I said, I'll just go on record. I don't think it's going to get there. There will be a wager that I'll decide while we're transferring, but I don't know what.
Oh, you'll decide when we're transferring. So you'll wait to see how the fuel situation is before you decide whether you're committing to the wager. That's hardly
You know what?
fair.
I didn't even think that through. It's just my natural deviousness. I'm coming through. Deviance, Jesus. Yeah, my deviousness coming through there, just subconsciously, like, do it when you know what's going to happen. Okay, then while you're getting an orbit, really, we should have a wager by now.
I've got a bit of a lean going on, so I'm going to avoid the wager because I'm not convinced we're even going to get into orbit. I'm really fighting this lean.
What would be causing it, I wonder?
It's just that takeoff. It seems to catch itself on that takeoff. And
eject.
Sorry, my bad. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I was focused too much on the
great.
control issues.
As we shed bits off, though, it becomes a little bit more.
It does, yeah. I think
reliable.
we're going to be all right now. This bottom bit could do with a whole redesign because we're using small components. And we're attaching a larger rocket to a smaller base, which is the exact opposite way that you actually want to be doing things in Kerbal Space
That might
Program.
be a good idea for it, for like a Kerbal short. Seeing if we can come up with a launcher. Maybe not making people watch like a full episode. Maybe something we can do after this one. We'll see if we can hold together something a little bit better. Every time that happens, my heart's in my mouth.
Yeah, there's always the fear, isn't it?
Aye.
Now, by adding all that extra weight, I thought we were going to lose a lot of lift there, but we only lost about 1,000 metres.
That second stage
Worth
was
of
better
distance.
separation, aye.
Because before we were getting to about 12,000 before we had to drop that last that stage off. We got to about 11,000 this time, so all this extra fuel hasn't really had that negative an impact on it. Not as much as I thought it would. But we'll see though, we'll see. We've got a long way to go.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think if we do manage to get orbit, I cannot see we're being able to get a transfer and then orbit and then bring it down.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but we need to experiment away from that atomic motor, because that atomic motor is a killer in terms of just the sheer amount of time it takes to do anything.
I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, it's just like for space travel, we need something super powered, and if we're not using mods, really, that's the only thing we've got. It could be worse. We could be using the bloody ions.
I mean, it's efficient enough, but I can't believe it's. Oh bollocks! We've got that problem again where we can't. I must have probes disabled in the control centre, so we can't actually see where we are on the. We'll get into an orbit. I'll quickly go back and fix that, and we'll come back and sort it out.
Cool. Alright.
There's got to be alternatives to the atomic motor, because it is damn efficient, but it's not so much more efficient that it's the only way to do interplanetary.
No, I mean, you can do it a lot of very creative ways. Unfortunately, though, I'm not a good enough player to know those other ways. Like,
you see,
the first time
I could go in there and do the calculations to work out the delta V.
Yeah.
But fucking hell, I can't be bothered to do that. If it,
it's only space science. I don't want to do equations and shit. Maths. What good is maths and physics?
I mean, it just takes ages to do that sort of shit. I can't be bothered. I'd rather just, if it doesn't work, add more rockets.
Yeah. See, now this is why we hit the technological threshold of Geordie's space program. See, that's the problem. That's why we can't have nice things, Eve. That's why we can't have nice things. Alright.
Right, that'll do nicely. Yeah. Hey, I'm getting the hang of the manoeuvre nodes now, after 200
200
hours worth of play.
We're going to suck up a lot of that transfer fuel getting this orbit, never mind getting over there.
That's not the transfer stage.
Yeah, I know it's not. But we're going to use this, we've got over a minute's worth of burning. That's going to give us 20 seconds if we're lucky, and then we're going to have to use... What's happened?
I'll just cut it out. I was burning a bit too early.
Alright, that's okay, I panicked.
I was just using the burn to rotate it a bit quicker.
But then the next engine that we've got coming up...
Look, you worry too much. It's just a probe.
It's a very expensive probe.
We've got 1.4 million. It's going to cost about 7% of our total budget. And if we really need to get money, we can do a contract. We can whore our space program out. Ah! No, not sticky keys.
It's fucking sticky keys. Right, I'm getting rid of them fairly sharpish then.
Well, it's pressing shift multiple times activate sticky keys, isn't it?
Aye.
So when you're really using the sort of fine throttle control in Kerbal Space Program,
sticky keys, the bin of the space programs.
Okay, you're right. This is going to use a fair chunk of that old fuel because it's another minute's burn on top of what we were doing. Let's get these panels out. Might as well use the time to do stuff. Do you think we could put some ion engines on a rocket this size?
You could, but then you're talking like hours and hours worth of burning.
You're talking hours and hours worth of burning with any ion motor.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would do it if you've got it up in space. I mean, you wouldn't want to achieve orbit with it. I don't think that would work very well. But I mean, in terms of your transfers, as long as it's getting power.
No, it's only really useful for the smallest of probes, mate. You try and use it on anything with any significant mass and you're not going anywhere. I've played with ion motors before.
I went to Duna with them.
Really?
Yeah.
God, did you just like...
I left the game running.
I was going to say, did you just line yourself up and then go away?
Yeah, I went and had tea. I was playing something else, I think. Watched a lot of YouTube. Just left it running. I got there eventually. It did take a long fucking time. And I'm not... I didn't do the full transfer burn with them. They were my backup. I did quite a significant chunk of the burn with liquid fuel and then used the ion and the xenon. Something that actually we've never used before. If people are watching the videos but don't play Kerbal Space Program and you're not 100% sure of the ion engines, the idea being that they're the most efficient engines in the game, basically the stock game, but they're also very, very, very weak. They use electrical energy, and they use tiny little compartments of like a xenon gas.
It's xenon gas, yeah, but
So
it
you
hardly
clip these
uses the
things on.
xenon gas. It
Yeah.
just tickles it. It's mostly power. You need dozens of bloody
You need
dozens
a shed
and
load of
dozens
radiators, or what do you call them? Those thermal.
solar panels or the.
Solar panels or the thermal things that I forget the name of.
I just assume they're big rods of uranium.
Aye. Basically, you need to generate a shed load of electricity, but if you've got electricity coming in, and you've got a decent supply of xenon, you can go anywhere with them, really. The only downside is because they're so weak. You know, the atomic motor takes us, 8-minute burns? You're talking burns that take hours to get a far distance just using the old ion engines.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
Yes, I just went into the Space Centre there. I'm using the wrong ones. I hate those ones. They're ugly. So yes, I've set us up to...
Tylo.
Yeah, that's all the stuff around Eve.
Oh, yes.
Now, why isn't it showing us inclination? It's not giving me the inclination against the target.
It's a bit odd.
Maybe it's unset the target because I came out, but it doesn't look like it has because it's...
Try bunging it on again, unsetting, reset. But Eve's, is Eve equatorial?
No.
It's slightly off.
That's alright when we get round the sun, it'll...
Yeah. So now we've got to speed up. We want to get like an escape trajectory from Curving Sphere of Influence and bung ourselves out into deep space. Like that.
Like that, just like that.
And then...
Don't want to use too much power.
Yeah, we want to be careful with this because fuel is, I think, an issue.
Of course, we don't know how much the burn is because I had to come out and do it, but it's 940 units of delta.
That's probably a minute or two.
Let's spin around and we'll burn on the 1 minute mark, and that'll give you an idea.
Aye. Cool. Flip that shit. Aye, but I think it's maybe not a bad idea to do like a Kerbal Short where we see if we can redesign like a bit of a launcher.
I mean, we could be
do
sly about it. We could design it in the test program as a Kerbal Short, and then we could just copy the file over.
Aye, might be a good way of doing it.
I mean, as long as we record it so people can see it if they want to watch the Kerbal Short, I don't feel
people seem to quite like the Kerbal Shorts anyway. They seem to get, they get more views than the general videos, but I think it's just because they're nice and short.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too, and it's the chance to do something a bit.
That's the
stupid
thing,
as well.
If we were really keen to gunning for like ratings, so to speak, we'd do like little 20-minute videos, and then pimp the shit out of them. But we're not really into that kind of thing. We'd rather play the game and enjoy it, and the people who are on the same wavelength as us will enjoy it for the same reasons,
And we like to show off the vanilla mode as well, rather than using mods.
Yeah, I mean, there's the few times people have said, why aren't you using mods? Why aren't you doing this and that and the other? And it's like, well, you know what? I might do that in my single player game. I've never really tried before as such.
There's some great mods out there, but I kind of like making videos with anyone who's got the vanilla game to try and do the same thing.
Aye.
Like if you've got mods on, then you in a way you're playing a little bit of a different game than everyone else.
Aye.
And a lot of the really popular mods like MechJeb do make things a bit easier by showing you the delta V of your craft and by letting you use a bit autopilot and stuff like that.
That's
all great. It's a fantastic way to enjoy the game, but we like to
give ourselves the challenge.
Well, yeah. Because
the problem is we like to give ourselves the challenge, but we don't like doing sums.
Yeah.
That's where we kind of come apart.
And we like to give ourselves the challenge, but we're not good enough.
Yeah. Well, we could do the sums.
The fuel situation is a bit piss poor.
It's shit, mate.
I'll grant you that.
Aye. Oh well, that's gone around the sun forever.
Right. Right. We've got inclination now, so
handy.
We're canning it out. Which way we're going around?
That way.
Yeah. We're probably going to fail the other two contracts because this takes a long time.
Oh yeah. And I think, respectively, we checked that before recording. Failure to build a moon base will cost us 163 grand.
Something like that.
Yep.
And then the other one, which was the temperature recording in Minmus, which I've got no intention of going back to.
Oh, that was horrible.
That's going to cost 50 odd.
Aye.
So it's a sting.
It is. It's a ring sting, if you will. But yeah, we'll have to just take the hit, I suppose. There's not really much we can do about it at this stage, you know, and don't want to do another video where we do the same old thing and bollocks it up in the same old way. That gets boring fairly quickly for us playing it, never mind for you watching it.
In 68 days, we need to do a 17-second burn.
Aye.
Well, I think you're right about this, Rocket. I'm going to have to admit that it's
Atomic.
probably not the best.
Atomic or bust. That's all we could really do, to be honest.
I don't know, we might get there. I'm not sure we'll achieve an orbit. We might just have to dump it. Which means we'll complete most of the contract.
Yeah.
To be fair, we could have easily sent a smaller probe rather than this lander.
Aye.
Well, I mean, I like the lander. It's cool.
I'll tell you what, the wager is, if we get there, I'll get the bruise. If we don't get there, you get the bruise. And to be fair, I've made the bruise in the coffee machine. It just means you've got to go downstairs and get them.
Okay, that seems like a fair enough wager.
Just because like it is a hammer in the nail of the coffin, we both kind of know it's not happening. But if I tried and get something more extravagant out of you, I think you'd refuse. But bruise, fairly easily to argue the toss with.
Oh, I got the RCS and the SES on.
It's always beneficial. Well, it would be nice to do something that worked. You know, the last series, The Next Generation, the first half of it, we were doing really, really well. We were forging ahead. And then things started sort of like grinding down a bit. And now, we're frigged.
Yeah,
I mean, the last, 5 videos worth, we've launched expensive failures that have achieved nothing.
I think it's only the last 3 or 4 videos.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Before
that's
that,
only
before that
3
we were
hours
doing
worth of
okay.
footage. Aye.
Okay, well, that's that corrected. We've got that much fuel left.
I suppose the thing is, we need to get science. It's all about the science.
It's all about the science. You know, instead of just chasing these missions, we've got so much money in the bank that we could just go back to what we should have been doing. Oh, bollocks. And science farm the Mun and Minimus, because there's so many places there that we haven't explored.
This is true. This is true. It's been a while since we've been to Minimus, or a little bit of it.
We just keep getting ideas above our station, really.
But it's Geordie Space Programme, the philosophy. We think big, we're dreamers and ambitious people in the northeast of England. See?
I'm not getting an intercept there.
No, that's oof.
You see, I could get an intercept there, but that's just probably going to pull into the sun.
I forget how close you've got to be to the sun before it cooks you. But it's a probe. We could find out how hot the sun is. That's a good use of science. Oh, that was fairly close before it vanished.
Yes, when you're dealing with this.
I know there's. Oh, that's not bad. I know there's been improvements in the navigation sort of engine and the UI to the game, like when you're doing stuff like this. But I'd like it to be a little bit sharper, if I'm brutally honest. It can sometimes it feels like you're really wrestling with it to get the results that you want, and it's not all just purely down on us not being very good at it.
You know what? You could probably get a mobile.
I've never been.
We're crossing its path.
I tried once. That didn't work.
Right, that'll do. That is 48 days away, and it's a 1 minute burn.
It's probably more than that, though, isn't it? We've got the Poodle engine. I mean,
We do. I think
the Poodle engine's not bad, but I doubt it's going to actually get one in orbit unless we actually were aim for the atmosphere of Eve. If we get into the atmosphere, that'll slow it down. But we need to be in orbit for the contract. Shit. Because it can aero brake very well.
You know what? We have to get into orbit because I'm not good enough to point us directly into the atmosphere. That's going to take a lot of precision from this far out to get into.
Well, if you get close, all you've got to do is just dip yourself down to about maybe 20,000 metres.
That's true, but by dipping ourselves down, all we have to do is stop partway through that manoeuvre, and we've got an orbit, and then continue the manoeuvre. Because you have to dip yourself down anyway, so you're always going to achieve an orbit. There's no way not to. Do you see what I mean?
Oh, yes.
Because as we fly by it, we have to pull and get into a sphere of influence.
It's not just about controlling your speed, it's about pointing in the right direction.
Crap, I've missed my point by 21 minutes. I'm going to go for it anyway.
Because it's a portion of a mission.
No, we're that far out that 21 minutes is nothing.
Would need some sort of correction when we get a bit closer anyway. Get a little bit there.
Well, the nav node will give us the angle that we need.
Well, what was that? Was that a mainsail or a skipper that we put on the engine?
I think I stuck a skipper on there. I
Aye.
wanted to have a little bit more control.
Aye.
It's hit and miss. It's hit and miss. I still think there's a chance we might get this. A small chance.
You know, we're quite good at manufacturing tension for ourselves, but people who actually know the game
I've probably already went the fucked up.
They've probably already seen what design and said, right, I'm skipping this fucking video because that's going nowhere fast. That's a crying shame. But you know, it could do worse. There is tension. Oh god, look! It's very small now, though, isn't it?
It is.
It's very small now.
You know, when I
didn't factor that in.
You know, when I saw Gary on Thursday. Gary's one of our friends, and he's been watching our videos.
Yeah, he's a big supporter of.
He recently bought Kerbal Space Program after watching the videos because he wanted to play around on it. He played the demo for a bit, and then he decided he was going to get it. And he came up to me the other day and said, "You know what, mate? I'm having a bit of problem trying to complete this mission. What do you think I should do?" I said, "Mate, you've seen my videos. You're asking the wrong person. I've got no idea."
Can you remember what his mission was? Maybe we can offer a bit of a counselling service here. What were you trying to do, Gary?
All he's trying to do is do a mission where it's testing some decouplers, and he says no matter what he does, he seems to think that he's completing all the mission objectives and it's not working.
Right.
I've said, well, like either it's something blatantly obvious.
Yeah, too high or low. Yeah, too high or low, or you're too fast or slow.
Yeah, you're too high or low, or you're too fast or slow.
That's good.
Or the game's just glitched out on you, and that does happen.
Aye. But yeah.
But yeah, you're definitely asking the wrong person for advice if you come to one of us.
By all means, Gary, if you want to make use of our very small but loyal and lovely community, you know, if you're still trying with that, just leave a comment and see if somebody who does have a clue comes back and answers you. Other thing that I'd mention is though that actually KSP for the most part's got quite a friendly community.
It really does.
So if you're playing the game through Steam, actually, even as far as Steam forums go, if you put it up in there, somebody will come back and give you an answer, or they'll give you some tips. And they're quite good at doing it in not that kind of spoily way. They'll usually just come back and give you some food for thought rather than going, use this part and use that part, use the other part. They're actually quite good for doing it.
It's one of the few Steam forums I've ever posted on, because I don't use the Steam forums that much. But I've posted on Kerbal before.
Yeah, I've never posted on the Kerbal one. It's almost exclusively Project Zomboid, obviously, with us helping out in the forums. Well, I've been fairly quiet across there in the past few weeks. Like around the Christmas with us being bad, and then I've went back to work and I've got a shed load of stuff on and me job as well, so it's keeping us fairly busy.
Right, that's the orbit.
Right.
It's a hell of a wide orbit, and it's going to be
that's a big
nearly
burn.
2 minute burn.
Well, a minute's worth of burning took out that fuel there, so if we say, well, we're going to use nearly double the amount of fuel we've already used, we're going to have a tiny amount left, I think, if we pull this off. Might be enough to get we're captured. Might just do it, you know. We'll have
shit. Look what I've just done.
So now we are fucking miles. Oh no, we can still do it. It's just probably going to be horrible.
Right.
I've lost 12 seconds worth of fuel.
I've just got to turn retrograde.
Turn and burn. It's like playing poker all over again.
Electric charge.
What? That's because we're arses pointed at the bloody sun. We didn't put them out.
It still says we're in direct sunlight.
But we're not.
Well, shall I get the bruise?
I think you should get the bruise. You should get the bruise.
I think I should. I think I should be very ashamed of
myself. You just flung that thing off.
Well, there was nothing we could do, was there?
Can't even get with science, can we? So you've taken a suitcase of 150 grand and just thrown it into space.
Oh. Let's see if there's anything that can be done. Well, that electric charge is never going to go back up.
Will we at any point face the sun? In a year's time, we might be around the other way, and it might give her enough charge to put the panels out. Give her a lap. See if it gives her...
We'll have to get around
Knock off the SAS for a start, because that'll eat battery. So get that off. Yeah, it's E or R, I think.
It's R and T, but I can't turn it off.
Right. Well, be Johnny on the spot with that. See if we can get ourselves round. Just... Jesus. We might be able to get it. I didn't even think of that. Because we're going around the sun, at some point we might face it and it might give way. There we go! Charge! Charge! Right! Mint! Get the bruise later. We can do this. Get those fucking
What do you mean we can do this?
We can do this. We can do it.
And how on earth am I now going to get an intercept?
Optimism! Come on. Right. We've got it. Get the panels out. We can do this. We can do this. Come on.
Right, now we're just sort of zipping around here.
Look, we're quite close over there, look. Look, if we slow down a bit, we might kind of get a bit closer to it. So that's fairly close.
There's no way I can work an intercept from this.
Why not? You could do that. That's that.
I didn't have it set as the target. How come it had been unset? Right. So we've got an approach there.
Aye. Look, if you slow down a touch, you'll get that.
Right, we're going to have to do it at a different point. Otherwise we'll shoot into the sun.
Which would be a first for Geordie Space Programme. We've never angered the sun before. Firing a little mosquito at it. Aye.
I mean, that's the most sensible place to do it.
Try it, see what happens. Might need to change, but I think that would do it, you know. Still far enough away from the sun. Yeah, boy! It's lunacy, but it's only a 30-second burn. Might just do it. Do it. Just give it a go. 79 days time.
Let's see if I can get closer.
33 million kilometres. 19 million kilometres. Many kilometres, I didn't see that one.
16, 19.
16. Do it. Right, try not to overshoot this one. It's been a catalogue of errors, this one.
It really has.
But we could do that.
Yeah, but
Closest we've ever been to the sun.
are we really going to have enough fuel to get down to Eve once we get there?
We'll find out.
I really don't think so.
Get close to it and then just dart it. That's what we want to do. The atmosphere will slow right down. We've got parachutes. It's like trying to land on Kerbin. All you need to do is get into its atmosphere. Might not even get with a friggin' contract, frankly, but if we touch down with a rover on Eve, on land, but that's lack of the god stuff, really. But if we get down, at least we can send some science back. That gets where the rate is. That's what we're set out to do. We've got a contract. Sucks if we can't get the orbit to complete that contract. We'll get stung for it.
I don't even think we're going to get down.
Well,
to be perfectly honest
give
with
it a go. Look, we've had a second chance here. We managed to get our charge back up. We got those panels out because we're idiots and forgot to do that. It's got to be worth a shot. Got to be. We missed the node again, didn't we?
Just a little bit.
Aye, eating a lot of fuel here. It might get one an encounter. Don't know if we're gonna have enough, to be honest.
I don't think we are.
Nah, worth a try. We can still send signs back from wherever the hell we end up.
Right, there's our encounter.
75 million years. Just tickling 11 million meters. Aye.
Nah, that's the closest we can get.
Yeah, cool. All right. 12. Fling around, and then 60.
Why can't I lay a manoeuvre node? It's not letting me lay a manoeuvre node at the moment.
There we go.
It's letting me lay a manoeuvre node on there, but that's not our.
Oh, it did there
path.
when you were crossing next to where the periapsis is there. For some reason, it'll let you put one down there. It's escaping from me. Sort of. Even the game doesn't know what's happening. What's going on with those numbers?
I know, I'm trying to get we're closer.
Aye, it's frustrating when this happens. As much as I love the game, and as much as we've got a culpability on that side of things as well, but right, we can get something done here, I'm sure of it. You know, 62 coming on 63 units of fuel, not a huge amount, but if we just burn it retrograde when we're close, and if it gets anywhere near Eve, mint. If it doesn't, we've got enough electric charge just to spam science back. I think how much did we need? It was about 65 science, I think, in order to unlock the next set of plane parts that we needed.
Which I expect we'll be able to.
Yeah, from
from
Solar or high above Eve, should be able to get them, I think. And we've got enough science, I think, there to do that. So
Oops.
Just doing a little bit of fine tuning here, boy.
Yes, but I don't really know what I'm doing, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, that's like the like lateral directions that you're doing. So kind of burning to the left or right rather than faster or slower.
And I think that's the closest I can get with my limited abilities.
I think if we've hit that encounter, get that encounter, and then just burn all the remaining fuel we've got to slow her down. See if that'll do it. Like that burn is... There's no way we could do that burn.
What makes you say that?
The amount of fuel that would need, really tugging on those manoeuvre nodes, and of course the harder you tug on them, the more fuel you're talking.
Why is it not telling me how much fuel we'll need though?
Its estimated burn isn't appearing. Do you need to just touch the engine? Is it kind of glitch to touch? It's doing it there. I would get a little bit closer to it. We've been doing this for 1 year and 83 days.
It's not really letting me do any manoeuvring. And I don't know why.
Just get close and burn retrograde, mate.
Well, there's nowhere near enough. It was going to take 2 minutes last time, mate. And 30 seconds used that much fuel.
Yeah. Getting fairly close to Moho.
Actually, maybe if I just go to the Space Centre and come back, then it'll let us
Might
drop
I.
something down.
Lay those cables.
And if that doesn't work, I'll quick save and quick load and see if it lets us drop a manoeuvre node down.
Aye.
Because we want to do one manoeuvre as far out as we can, because that way it's going to take less delta V.
Yeah. Scroll that shit out. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one.
That's 16 days. That's 252 days. So if I add a manoeuvre node there. Oh, now it's going to be non-applicable.
Just touch the engine. Give it a touch. Very clever. Oh, yeah. Oh well. Right.
Right. So, where was I? Let's just get back to the intercept so I can drop in.
Aye. Oh, it's finicky. Sorry if we're a little bit quiet, ladies and gents.
There we go.
Trying to think.
No, I'm just trying to hit that so I can
Make that one do
work
it.
out my manoeuvre.
Still not telling. Oh, estimated burn 1 second. That's doable. We can do 1 second. Right, 10 million.
Right, that's as close as I can get use of that.
Yep. It's bugging it up. Cut it in. It's not really doing much. See, if we change our inclination.
Now the atmosphere is about 100,000, isn't it?
I think so.
Because it's about twice Kerbin's. So why don't we get it to 200,000 metres within Eve?
It's saying that's only a 1 second burn. Oh, actually it is. 42.6 metres per second. That's doable, mate. Get rid of 200.
So that'll get us there, and then I'll be able to make an estimation of whether or not we can
We
get
can do
into an orbit, or whether I just need to dump
Ditch.
it once we get close to the planet.
Love it. Cool. We can do that possibly. Jesus H. Christ. Right. Okay. Back on track.
Back on track.
Second time we got diverted and thought that we're totally screwed up. And I mean,
This
we
mission
have.
in Kerbal time has been going on for years.
1 year, 125 days. Tells you in the top
Right,
left.
I'm not
there.
going to go too fast because I don't want to overshoot the mark.
No, we need to be accurate on this one. And there was you going from that distance. There's no way I can get anywhere near it. 200 million metres off one the other side of the friggin' sun. Look at that. Look at that.
We do have power, don't we? Yes, we do.
Oh, we've got the bits out. We'll have to remember to tuck those in when we're coming down though, because the atmosphere in Eve will rip it off.
Yeah.
That's on the big assumption that we actually can get down, and that's still kind of hanging in the balance. Mint. Alright. Don't know how long this video's been going on for. It's probably a longer one. But the last one was a little bit shorter, I think. The last one was probably
Yeah, I think the last one was
30,
quite short.
30 to 40. This one's probably going to be closer to an hour the way it's gone.
Okie doke.
Right, get over there. 1 second burn.
Dying for a slash.
Well,
I've got this empty cup here.
Yeah, if you are not getting your cock out anywhere near my lovely PC, or near me actually, there's a point. I don't want to see it. The PC that'll mount the world doesn't want to see it. The microphone doesn't want to see it. The viewers don't want to hear that.
I particularly love that your first concern was the PC,
Of course.
then you.
Well, yeah.
Priorities.
Of course. If I get damaged, I heal. If the PC gets damaged, it doesn't heal. Not yet. Working on that. Lovely buttons. Just, can you feel the cool air just coming through?
I can't say I can.
Look, put your hand there.
Oh, look at that. Look at how perfect that is.
That is spot on. So you feel that cool air. It's lovely, actually. I found with this spare room, it's fairly small, so it gets a bit warm when you're in here. But when you turn the PC on and just crank the fans up, it's got like case controls on the fans. For the fans. It doubles as an air conditioning unit as well.
Fantastic.
That actually you get cold sitting next to it. It's amazing.
Is there anything that PC cannot do?
No. Apart from heal, as we've established, it can't heal itself.
Well, that's very disappointing.
Right, that's we're getting fairly close here.
We are, and I'm not going to overshoot this time.
No, we're going to be sensible.
Because we need to stop before we hit the atmosphere and decide whether or not we've got enough to do a burn, or whether we're just going to have to drop straight on Eve.
Yeah, you want to work that out fairly sharpish. But we're definitely, I think we can touch down on Eve here. We'll have that ability.
Right.
That's
hang on, where's the encounter gone? Oh, there it is.
We are in Eve. No, are we? How far is that? The 200?
We're 200,000.
We're 39.
What the hell? How did that happen?
God knows. It's just the game's worked it out. Well, we're going to Eve, regardless of what you want. If we burn around, that's going to give us like a ballistic trajectory.
Right. There's no way we're getting the orbit.
No, that's not a thing that's going to happen. 1 minute 14. You know what? Sod the contract. Get me down on Eve. Give me a go driving around, since I didn't get a go when we went to Duna that time of year.
Well, you know what, mate?
Crashed it. Joyrid the bloody...
I've got
the rover.
I'm going to have very little control of where we actually come down here.
Well, we wouldn't anyway. We're not that good.
So you might not be able to drive around.
Well, at least let us have a go on the buttons, even if it's sitting in the water, or whatever liquid happens to be on the surface of Eve and its purpley goodness.
Oh, we're on the dark side as well.
Has this thing got lights?
I believe so. See, Eve's mostly water, isn't it?
I don't know.
Or mostly liquid.
We have this conversation every time we're anywhere near Eve. We can't remember which bits are water and which bits are land, and I think it's the other way around from what you think. The shiny bits, I think, are the land.
No, I don't think they are. I think that this is exactly how the conversation went last time, Gonzo.
Oh, I cannot remember that far in the distance. Well, if we get down, we can send science back. If we can send more than 50 science back, or more than 60, I think it was 65.4 science to be exact, is what we need for the next bit of upgrade.
I'm pretty sure we're going to land in the drink here, but given that it's the dark side, it's very hard to tell.
Aye. I want to see the re-entry, see the nice purpley goodness.
It's going to be a hard entry.
Yeah, but it's a probe. It's not like there's people all getting smashed up on the inside of the capsule with the G's that they're going to pull hitting the atmosphere at this speed.
No, I really don't think there's any chance I can get one land.
That would throw it over, but I'm not sure exactly to what point. Oh, Christ. That would throw it well out.
And
burn.
We're just going to have to hit it over.
Yeah, just gun it, let's see it. We've been watching lines on maps for far too long. I want to see flames and I want to see what happens when we come down.
Where is it? Where's the planet?
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Christ, it snuck up on me quickly. Yeah, from the looks of it, I think it is. It's the dark purple bits of the land, so very good chance we're coming down in that massive ocean of whatever that liquid is.
Hopefully the aircraft will survive.
Well, it should do.
Yeah, we're definitely coming down in the ocean, aren't we?
But, you know, there's no such thing as deadly re-entry in Geordie space programs, so it doesn't matter how
hang
you
on,
come down.
that looks like that's a land mass. Don't think we're going to reach that though, because the atmosphere does start high.
Water to me.
Yeah, but look there.
Oh yeah, we're coming down over some sort of land. Very possibly.
You know what? I want to push up a little bit more. No, that's the wrong way.
You've pointed into the face of Eve and you've shot your wad right at its general direction. Right.
Because I think that's above a significant landmass. But again, I think the atmosphere starts really high.
Have a look. Jump back in. Soon see. We're still count as being in outer space.
We look like we're coming straight bloody down.
No.
Oh, there we go, there's land. Land, Gonzo.
That is land. I can see land. We should have brought a dove. We should have just let a dove out of the capsule and then see if it comes back with a twig. Isn't that what happens on Noah's Ark?
Is it?
They send a
Oh, yes, that's
dove.
right.
He sends a crow and a crow doesn't come back, and then he sends a dove and it does. I cannot remember. Probably shouldn't talk about the Bible on the internet. It tends to cause undue attention.
Oh, I thought we were talking about that Russell Crowe movie. We're in atmosphere. We've got to burn. We're going very fast though, so we still might shoot out. And if we shoot out, we're not coming back. Shall I deploy the parachutes?
I mean, they would instantly catch fire in real life, but yeah, I think do it. Panels. Oh, the panels. They're so home. Hot panels. Hot panels. By bringing the panels in, we are going to run out of electric charge, so maybe leave one out as a sacrificial lamb.
We've got those panels on.
Yeah, but we're coming down on the dark side though, aren't we? Shit. Shit. Didn't think of that. Oh no.
I don't think we're going to even stop, mate.
Look, we might get an orbit. Be Johnny on the spot. It might give way an orbit slowing down. Look, go back the map. Go back the map. Look.
We're going up now.
Look. Orbit. Orbit. That's an orbit. Get the fucking science sent quick. Science, we're going to run out of orbit. Send science.
It hasn't counted because it's still dropping.
It's an orbit. Just send some science. Send some science.
And we're not in space either.
Fuck.
It's not send, it's
Yeah,
achieve
I see.
orbit.
I panicked. Oh, if we come back out though.
I'm not sure we are going to come back out now.
We're still going very quick, you know.
We're going up, but we're still in the atmosphere.
Look, the flames are dying out. You know what? That's aero braking, buddy. That's MLG pro move, that.
We did proper aero braking.
Proper aero braking? Holy Jesus.
Okay, I guess we are going to do that. We are not in orbit though.
No.
Because that's in atmosphere.
Yeah, and unfortunately we've fired off the fuel tank.
However, what we can do is achieve the science from space around.
Yeah.
So I'll just get wowed.
Yeah, that's atmosphere again, I think.
I believe we're in space.
Yeah.
Let's get some paddles out because this is going to use some power.
Now, are they coming out? Yes, they are. That's alright. I couldn't really see. Tell you what, I'm going to shut the blinds if you don't mind. Just because there's a bit of a nasty reflection from the sun coming on.
Right, I'm transmitting some mystery goo.
Eve. There we go.
Why do you get 21 from transmitting that?
Ball sacks. Oh well. Still, that's a good chunk towards what we need. How's the electric looking? Because you know the whole transmitting thing uses a fair
that's
bit.
fine.
We're not charging up again though, so
that's because
it's blocked by Eve.
Yes, but the power's all off, so I'll pull everything away. We're not going to use any more power.
Until
the parachutes are already deployed, so we'll just swing the bag around.
Then that's give our charge back. Come back around again. Slow it down. Come back in for another pass, and this time we will touch down.
I would expect so.
Aye. Sad it's going to be on the dark side, so you can't see all of Eve's purpley splendour.
Yeah, but Eve's not tightly locked at all.
Yeah, eventually. One day, the rover will jump back up into life, providing it lands safely and you don't crash it. And it touches down.
Hey, it is out of my hands now. There is the power is off. The parachutes are set to deploy.
Yeah. That's kind of it, really.
It'll either come down or it won't come down.
Awesome. Well, starting to hit the atmosphere there.
It's still going at one hell of a speed.
Well, we had to go very fast to get ourselves out here in the first place, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
The nature of the beast. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
It's a shame about the orbit.
It is a shame about the orbit, but we can easily get that done, mate.
You know what? The start of the video, I didn't even think would be seeing this, and here we are, in theory, coming down possibly safely on the
possibly safely.
Possibly safely. So it's not looking too bad at all. I love the re-entry.
Let's have a look at the orbit and see what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what
this is it. Aye.
There's no coming back from this.
Well, there wasn't
How far
anyway. We
away
didn't have an engine, you know.
And I think this is all land. It's really hard to tell.
Well, we'll find out. In
Yeah,
a couple of minutes.
that looks all landy, unless we shoot all the way over there, which is possible.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Oh, no.
Ah, it's coming down. It is coming down.
I don't think we are going to shoot all the way over there.
No, I think the atmosphere has well and truly got wet, and it's thick. Do you remember? Nice big, thick atmosphere.
And then again, we might shoot over there. We're still going at a canny speed.
There's actually landmass on the other side. Wouldn't it be a right pisser if we touched down in that
in the middle,
sort of rivery, lakey thing in between the two big piles of rock? How shit would that be?
It looks like that's exactly what's going to happen, Gonzo.
It does. That's unfortunate. You pop the parachutes.
The parachutes are popped.
Right.
I'm a little bit worried that they haven't come out yet.
I think doesn't it wait until it's under a certain atmospheric pressure before they'll deploy?
It's quite a pressured atmosphere there.
Aye.
I don't think they're going to come out. I don't know why.
They'll be fine. They'll come out. I'd maybe switch the camera around so people can keep track on what's happening with that.
Oh, there
There they are. The water situation. I told you they'd come out eventually. Water situation.
I'm just increasing the altitude that these parachutes are going to deploy.
I can see that, but you can do that while we're looking at the water situation as a casual bystander here. I need to see what's happening there. Yeah, I think we're going to come down smack bang
Yes, we are.
in the middle of that.
How awful.
How awful. And are we really? Yeah, we're going to come down not far away from the shore.
But far enough that we'll never ever get to the shore, ever.
Yeah, far enough to make that shit count.
I hope the thing doesn't fall apart when it lands. That'll be an absolute pisser.
Aye.
Because that Science Junior is very delicate.
Aye.
What we got on the bottom?
It's
It's like a rover body bit.
You
That's
know
a
what?
real
That
shame.
was, that was so close.
It would have
as
been
well.
nice to
Yeah.
drive around on it, wouldn't
I've
it?
never done that before. I've never been able to move around on Eve. I've only ever sent like static bases to it before. Aye. Oh, so close though, look.
I know.
If you had a Kerbal there, you could have swum to shore, providing that liquid isn't like instantly corrosive to everything. Which obviously isn't a factor in the game, but you know, bit of role playing never harms.
That is ridiculously close.
I know if there was just a bit of wind on Eve, it would have just blew possibly back to shore, you know, like a nice coastal wind, just ticking my back. There's nothing we can really do about it.
I'm going to have that first parachute deploy really high.
But just to rip off the everything else on the craft.
Just to slow her down nicely.
Aye. So close.
And because this is a probe, I can't check what the actual radar altitude is.
Yeah.
Which means I don't want to speed ahead in case it rips the parachutes off.
Just look at that, man. I've now nicked the mouse. See that little outcrop of land just above where the parachute is? You know? Oh.
Maybe if you use the wheels, it'll sort of spin itself forward.
Aye.
Make sure you do the science before you try and swim.
Yeah, this is true, but I'm not doing jack shit here, mate. You're the keys.
Yeah, you were the one playing with the mouse there. Don't
I was
pretend you
just-
weren't.
No, I admitted it quite happily to the viewers. I grabbed the mouse there. I was just trying to have a bit of a look down below, trying to get a good angle. We got any nice like sunset or sunrise going on the horizon?
No,
was
it's all,
shite.
all dark.
Aye.
Well, it's a nice little...
Aye, sort of like a bar King of Galaxy thing going on. Aye, nice swoop of Kerbin's equivalent of the Milky Way.
We are going really slow, even with the parachutes not deployed.
Yeah.
That's that thick atmosphere for you.
Yeah. I'd maybe speed it up a touch just to bring it down because we're going to be falling for quite some time the way things are going, and I'm conscious we've been...
Oh, hang on, I'll do a quick save. That way if the parachutes rip off because of a physics glitch.
Aye. Oof. So close. Look at that land, man. Oof. Christ. Well, it's definitely coming down wheels first, but unfortunately, that's wheels first in the drink. So close to land, though. So close.
God, we don't even need those other parachutes, do we?
No. Oh, it's thick up in Eve.
I'll put the brakes on, because we don't want spinning wheels to flip it over or anything like that. I do think there's a good chance this whole thing's just going to fall to bits as soon as it hits that water. You know what the water's like in this game.
It's true. It is true. I mean, still coming down at what's that, like 9 meters a second. So it's going to be it's not the softest landing.
Yeah, but we've only got one parachute deployed.
Oh yeah, there's a point. Yeah.
There's 4 more radials about to hit off. Oh, that's so annoyingly close.
It wasn't bad, you know. Could nearly have done that.
And we would have done it if I didn't think we'd get around for a second pass, to be perfectly honest with you.
Aye. But hey, look, at the end of the day, we're here, we're getting science, we're sending it back. We need to get another 43 science, and then we've achieved what we're after.
Which is unlocking the rapiers, and then we'll do some single stage to orbit design.
Indeed, it's exactly what we're looking at doing.
And then if we get something that's capable of going single stage to orbit and have enough left to do a bit of manoeuvrability, we can start creating crafts that can rendezvous. We could also try at some point doing a sort of better design of the basic design I did in the first Kerbal short, where I had a multi-craft launcher.
Aye, that was good. I'd like to see that in action. I think a lot of people would like to see it.
So that would be a good thing to send up and dock with the space station, because you could send that up and dock with the space station. You'll have 4 ships.
Aye.
Which are capable
so
of
like
then going
life
out
pods
and
or
doing stuff.
shuttle pods to come backwards and forwards or fire off onto their missions.
Absolutely.
Aye.
Okay, even at 4 times speed, it's going to take a little bit of time for this thing to land.
Christ, we're nearly floating. You know what? If we'd thought about it, have we got RCS on this?
Yes. I'm not going to use RCS to push it down, if that's what you were about to
push
say.
it across. Push it across.
Unfortunately, if you look at the way the RCS thrusters are...
Oh. Tilt that shit and then push that shit.
I mean...
The atmosphere's so thick.
You could push it, but my expectation is that it's not going to work.
Give it a go. We've got 600 metres or so to give it a try. Tip it. Tip it. Push. Look. You can see the land just coming up at the bottom of the screen. Or you could. There's that little outcrop of land just across to the right hand side. Been there.
Why is it not? Oh, we're out of monopropellant.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. Well, it's not firing.
We've got Lecky for the time being.
That's because I've turned the RCS off. That'd be why.
Yeah, okay, and so that we've dropped 400 metres in the time that it took to work that out. But yeah, I don't think it's having any.
It's not doing anything, really, is it?
No. Just a thought. It's good to know. At least we know definitely that wouldn't have worked higher up.
You could try it in the water, mate.
Aye.
I'm going to turn it off again because
it's
using a bit of power.
Cough, cough. Do apologise.
And here we go. Please don't explode. Please don't explode.
That's quite nice, you know.
Right, I shall turn the brakes off.
Right, send all the signs first. 40 signs.
I'll send it all first, but it might make it run out of batteries.
Aye. Well, if that's the case, we'd speed up time. Put the retractable panels out now we're down, just so at least we've got some out.
I'll put 2 out there.
Aye.
Don't want them all out just in case something happens.
Just to give it a fighting chance. It's a lot of science. It's a lot of science.
In theory.
Aye, even transmitting it. Oh, there we go. We're actually getting some electricity back. Look.
Oh,
it's going back up.
Where the hell's it picking that up from? If you look, they're facing directly downwards, which means the sun is there.
Well, what we've learnt is that the liquid on Eve contains solar energy, somehow.
Right, let's, the brakes are off, so... Are we moving any? Don't seem to be.
No.
How about the monoprop?
You want to take it out of the orbital trajectory there and see if you can put it onto surface. That'll tell you. Pop your old RCS on first. It helps if it's on if you want to. That's moving where, you know.
Not very fast though.
Does it? It's moving where.
We'll be out of monoprop in no time.
Aye. It's eating away at it. 0.5 metre a second.
And how far do you think that shore is away?
Quite a distance. But just burn all the monoprop anyway. Just push it in the right direction. Why not? There. There's the lights. There we go.
Get the lights on.
Just so you can see where you're going. It's important. Should have put them on the way down.
Am I just going to burn away all the monoprop for no good reason?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's no use anyway, is it? It's all waste. Oh, it got us so close.
Ah, well, we got here. We'll send another probe.
Every second is a metre closer to the shore. But I think it is considerably further away than it looks. It's deceptive.
Yes. I mean, it's not really moving close to it. And if you zoom out...
Yeah, that's a hike.
That's us.
Yeah, I mean, we're out of monoprop now anyway, so... Oh well, we did get down on Eve. Have we transmitted all the science back?
We've transmitted all of our science back and have therefore completed the vast majority.
We just didn't get
the orbit. And we shall leave this here as a testimony to brave Kerbal kind.
Maybe one day we can come back and pick it up, considering we haven't dashed the brains of this one out.
Mm.
It's another one I don't get to have a go of, really. I managed to turn the lights on there.
What I'd like to do is create a boat someday. I wonder if that's feasible.
You can do it. There is a way of doing it if you use air intakes. They repel water somehow. It's like a weird physics glitch where if you put air intakes on the underside of a craft...
799 science, by the way.
Bounce along. Okay, and we'll get the parts in the next episode where we're going to be building a space plane. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. As always, drop a like, drop a comment. If you would care to subscribe and see more of the videos, it would be much appreciated. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.